Welcome back, everybody. It's Friday. Welcome to Chicks and Tips. I'm Emily.
I'm Emma.
And today we're going to talk about Alpine Gear.
If you couldn't guess.
Yeah, we're all super hyped at the moment. We just did an Alpine course last week down in Temple Basin and we loved it. Crampons are so cool.
So cool.
Get you everywhere. So today we're going to talk about just some of the useful information that we learned around crampons, around ice axes, and other pieces of gear, i.e. helmets, that you need to be able to get out there. We've all got quite a few trips planned, so we're super excited to have this polar blast that's going to be coming through soon too, so we should have some snow. Yay. Okay, so Em's going to kick us off with crampons.
Nice. Alrighty, so I've got a couple of crampons. Em, can I give these to you? Alright, crampons. They were pieces of scary equipment that terrified me before the course, and now I'm like, okay, I know what I'm talking about, I know what's going on. Basically, if you're going to be doing any ice or like climbing, you want to look for a semi-automatic crampon. Semi-automatic crampons are only compatible with certain types of boots. So, like I was talking about yesterday with the Rapace, this is what they call a B2 boot. So it has a heel weld at the back, that little nubbin there. And that basically is there so that the crampon can attach to the back of the boot. And then it's semi-automatic because half of it clips on, half of it is just strapped on at the front. And that is pretty good for most of the tramping and stuff you'll do around New Zealand. We do the Grivel G12, and that's going to get you through anything. It's got 12 points on the bottom and 2 really aggressive points at the top for those steep climbs. If you want to do a little bit of snow stuff, but you don't want to have to buy another boot, and you still want to get out there in the snow, what you can do is just buy a classic crampon. This one is the G10 Classic, so it's got 10 points on the bottom, not as aggressive on the front, and this one just straps on, and it's quite flexible as well, so it can go on a regular hiking boot. Our course guide on the weekend even said it can go on sneakers and stuff. It's not going to be totally ideal, but it will get you through those sketchy sections. But if you are wanting to get into it as a hobby, I would definitely invest in like getting a good crampon, a good boot first, because those kinds of things like crampons and ice axes will last you a lifetime. So investing in the right ones first is really important, and then they'll just last you forever. And then if you are wanting to do any crazier stuff like technical ice climbing, that's when you're going to need to get the next level up in boot. You're going to want to go for a B3 boot, and those ones have a full shank in the midsole, so they are not flexy at all. They're really stiff. They're really well insulated, so they're 4-season boots, and they are compatible with fully automatic crampons where they clip on at the back and on the front, and so they're not going anywhere. They're not flexing when you're like climbing up a really steep face. They're going to be super solid and really reliable. So that's pretty much all you need to know in terms of crampons. If you are wanting to do anything a little bit lower key, you've got some other options. We've talked about them before, which are the micro spikes. So going a pair of micro spikes that you can just chuck on over a pair of sneakers, and that'll get you through. But after doing the course and seeing what you see up on the mountains, I'm like, let's go. Let's do the crazy stuff. Yeah. All right, I'll let you jump over to Em. She's going to be talking about ice axes.
So another piece of kit you're going to need if you're going to be getting into Alpine is a really good ice axe. And you want one that is like a grade B, so that's like a certain level of strength that you're going to need to be really able to stabilize yourself. So you're going to be using these for a couple of different things. One is to self-arrest, so if you're going to fall down a hill, you're going to need something that you can put into the ice and really secure yourself, which will stop you from, continuing to fall. So that's learning to self-arrest is a whole other thing, but that is a purpose of why we'd have an axe. The other thing is just to stabilize yourself while walking. So it's really important that you get the right size axe. You want it to be like, when you're just beginning and you're just going to need like this to stabilize yourself, you're going to want something that's around about your ankle, down to your ankle. So getting the right length of axe is really important. So like I found I switched out X's while I was on the course, used M's for a bit, or Joe's, and it was quite a lot shorter, and it was really awkward. So having the right size X is really important. And then also you can get quite a lot of lightweight ones now. So we've got the Grivel Zero here, which is a really lightweight walking X, which will do the job for like basic stuff. If you just, you're just going to go over ridge lines and you're wanting to stabilize yourself, but you don't think you're going to be doing anything too techy, like something like this will be okay. But if you're really going to be getting into more grunty kind of trips where there's more snow, the conditions are a bit tougher, this Grivel Nepal is a whole lot like heavier, not a whole lot heavier, but it's just a little bit stronger. And I think that having that weight to stabilize yourself is something you really need to think about. Like, just so investing in an axe that isn't as lightweight could be a good option right at the beginning, just to really make sure you've got like an axe that's going to get you through all different situations as you go. Like you might start off beginning and think, I really like this, and you're going to just keep like extending your skills, so you might as well invest in something that's just a little bit heavier and will do the job in all situations. So yeah, so axes are fun. They're really fun to use. We had a real good time with them. Maybe we've got some cool self-arresting footage. And yeah, a couple of other things to mention would be looking at getting a probe and an avalanche transceiver. This is for when you are going to be going out into situations where there's a little bit more risk. Having one with you all the time if you're wanting to really get into it is a great idea. Like, it's definitely, if you're all about getting into the alpine climbing and alpine adventures, then investing in a probe and an avalanche transceiver is a really good option. So that's basically like a rescue device, so that if you got stuck under an avalanche and you're with someone else, they can find you under the snow. And also a really good helmet, like we had our helmets on before. Grabbing yourself a good helmet, and try to get a nice looking one.
I had this on yesterday and I couldn't figure out how to get it unattached, and I was panicking.
Yeah, oh my god, imagine the customers coming in and you've got like the helmet on.
Comfy though.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, so a good helmet, a good axe, a good pair of crampons, and just, I guess my piece of advice, what Em said before, if you are thinking, okay, I really love this and I want to keep getting better and better, then do just invest in gear that is going to go the distance, because like you're going to buy it once, it's probably going to last you forever. Do it right the first time.
Yeah, and if you're curious about the Alpine course, you're just curious about the Alpine, go do a course, like go do Intro to Mountaineering or an avalanche course or something, because it was so much fun.
It was.
Oh my God. Yeah,
it was really good.
amazing.
And it was so eye-opening.
Yeah. And Temple Basin is incredible. So if you haven't been down to Temple Basin, definitely go check it out. You can stay at the lodge and they feed you. Oh my God, they feed you.
The food was
we rolled out of
insane.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
I didn't want to eat like a week after. Yeah, it was great.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great weekend and we'll catch you later. Bye.
See ya.